Hello students, this is USA Citizenship, page 15, Chapter 8, System of Government. You need page 15 and a pen or pencil. Here are the words you'll learn in this video. All the pages are available on my website at this link.
When you see this picture, it means it's time for you to speak and to write. So you will pause the video and write the word and then say the sentence. If you do this, it will help you learn faster and remember the information better. All right, let's get going.
In the last video, you learned that the Constitution is the foundation of our democracy. If we think of our democracy as a strong house, a good place to live, it is based on the Constitution. And remember, the Constitution sets up the government for our country. In this video, you will learn about the system of government. Here is the system of government for our country. Let's look at some of the parts. We have one government for the United States, but it has three separate parts. We call these parts branches. Branches. A tree has branches. They're separate parts of the same tree. This is the legislative branch. Congress works here. This is the executive branch. The president works here, and the vice president. And here is the judicial branch. The Supreme Court works here. These are the three separate branches of our government. Look at your paper. Remember to pause the video so that you can say and write the words. There are three parts or branches of the United States government. These are legislative, Congress, executive, the president, and judicial, the Supreme Court. Who is in charge of the executive branch? In charge of means the leader of. The president is in charge of the executive branch. So here's the president and the executive branch. We have three separate branches of government. This is a very important and wonderful thing about our democracy. We have separation of powers. Separation means something separate, not together. These two people are not together. The line makes them separate. And power, or powers, is strength or control, things that you can do. So separation of powers means that the three branches of government each have separate things that they control. Each branch has different powers and responsibilities. This is so that no one branch becomes too powerful. For example, the president is in charge of the executive branch. He is not in charge of the Supreme Court, and he is not in charge of Congress. Look at your paper. Our government system stops one branch from becoming too powerful. This is separation of powers. This system of government is for the federal government. Federal means for the whole United States, for the whole country. Federal government. Look at your paper. The federal government means the government of the whole United States. It is in Washington, D.C., the capital of our country. It's the federal government. But our Constitution also talks about the governments of each state, the state governments. The government of Georgia, or Florida, or Tennessee, or Texas. Each of the 50 states has its own government. And this means that the federal government has powers, and also the state government has powers. For example, only the federal government can print money. Print means to create money or to make dollars on a printer. Look at your paper. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. One power of the federal government is to print money. Here are some other powers of the federal government. The government can declare war against another country. The federal government may create an army of people. And the federal government can make treaties. That's to sign agreements between our country and other countries. There's the United States president and the Russian president. Okay, so the federal government has certain powers, and the state governments also have powers. For example, provide schooling and education. That's a big power of the state government. To provide means to give or to make available. Look at your paper. Some powers belong to the states. One power of the states is to provide schooling and education. Here are some more powers that belong to the states. To provide protection, like the police. To provide safety, the fire department. To give us driver's licenses. Also, the states decide how land is used. This is called zoning. So here are some powers of the states. All right, time for review. It's a good idea to pause after each question and try to say the answer before I do. Number 1, name one branch or part of the government. You only have to name one. Congress, legislative, president, executive, the courts, judicial. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The president. Number 3, what stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Separation of powers. Number 4, under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? To print money. Number 5, under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? To provide schooling and education. This is the end of page 15 and the end of chapter 8. To begin chapter 9, watch the next video, USA Citizenship, page 16. Thank you for watching.